Ben Shelton just won a Masters 1000 title without dropping a set, and it settled nothing about the only question that matters to his career. He beat Brandon Nakashima 6-3, 7-6 in the Montreal final. In 1 hour and 27 minutes, he did not face a single break point, not one in the entire match. He held every service game and finished with 22 winners against 12 unforced errors. Now hold it next to this. Against Jannik Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz combined across his whole career, Ben Shelton has won one match and lost 12. 1-12. In January, after the most recent of those losses, Shelton stood in front of the Australian Open press and said of getting ahead early at the slams, "I feel like I'm untouchable. I guarantee the other guys at the top feel the exact same." Outlets across the sport filed on this final within hours, and everyone reached for the same frame: elite club back-to-back, the American breakthrough. All true, and none of it touches the thing that decides whether Ben Shelton ever wins a major. He just spent a fortnight beating everybody who turned up, and the two men who did not turn up are the entire problem. Before we get to New York, you need to understand something about that 1-12 that nobody says out loud. The 1 is not what you think it is, and the 12 is worse than it looks. Start with the trophy, because the trophy is real. Shelton arrived in Canada with exactly one Masters 1000 match win all season. 12 days later, he left Montreal a back-to-back champion. He is the 7th man in the Open era to defend a Canadian Open crown, and the list he joined reads like a wall of plaques. Ivan Lendl, who did it twice, John McEnroe, Andre Agassi, Andy Murray, Novak Djokovic, Rafael Nadal, then him, the first since Nadal in 2019. The run was close to flawless. He beat Joao Fonseca in the 4th round, then took Jakub Mensik apart in the quarterfinal 6-3, 6-1 in 73 minutes, with 3 unforced errors in the whole match. He beat Lerner Tien in the semifinal. He was not broken once in his last 3 matches. 6 matches, no sets lost, a 4th title of the season after Dallas, Munich, and Stuttgart, and a rise to world number 6. He is also now the 3rd man born in the 2000s to win multiple Masters 1000 titles. The only 2 ahead of him on that list are Jannik Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz, which is the whole video in one sentence. So here's the 12. Sinner leads him 9-1, Alcaraz leads him 3-0. Add them together and you get 1 win and 12 losses against the world number 1 and the world number 2. The 1 win is the part people get wrong. It was not recent, and it was not a sign of things to come. It was the very first time Shelton and Sinner ever shared a court, the 4th round in Shanghai in 2023. Shelton was 21 and ranked 19th in the world. He won, and then he never won again. 9 straight losses since, and not close ones. Sinner has taken 22 consecutive sets off him, 22. 4 of those meetings came at majors, including a straight sets quarterfinal in Melbourne in January. Against Alcaraz, it is 3 matches and only 1, the 4th round at Roland Garros last year, ever looked like a contest. That is not a rivalry, that is a record. Now the part that explains why the trophy could not fix it. Shelton is not avoiding these 2. The calendar is doing it for him. Sinner has not played since winning Wimbledon. He pulled out of the Canadian Open about 2 weeks after that title. Then a right knee problem surfaced when he went back into training. Testing in Turin confirmed he was not ready, and he withdrew from Cincinnati too. Both North American Masters events gone. Alcaraz has been out far longer. He has not played since the Barcelona Open in April when the wrist went. He missed Roland Garros, he missed Wimbledon, he skipped Canada, and last week he withdrew from Cincinnati, where he was the defending champion. 4 months without a match for the reigning U.S. Open champion. So understand what the Masters 1000 format now does. These events run close to 2 weeks and they sit on top of each other in the calendar. A mandatory 2-week event in the shadow of a major is precisely what an injured player drops first, because the ranking penalty is survivable and the body is not. The biggest titles below Grand Slam level now go to whoever is still standing. Shelton did not get a soft draw, he got a soft fortnight, and he cashed it correctly. Those are different things. He seems to know it. Asked in Montreal whether the title would give him the confidence to kick on, he did not claim he had arrived. He said, "I love having people out in front of me that I can chase. It's been that way my whole career. I've never just been the best. I've always been chasing the best." Then he said something sharper. "I played a lot of young guys this week. The future of the sport, really, really high-quality players, and they're not stopping. There's so many more that are coming up." It is a strange thing for a champion to say on his own trophy night. Shelton is 23 and already looking over his shoulder. His own diagnosis of the Sinner problem is the most useful thing he has said all year. In January, he told reporters, "I want to see myself get out in front and see what I can do from there in a match rather than falling behind. And then, I'm getting to the point now where I'm getting stopped up by the toughest challenge in the game for the most part, and I do think that I'm close to bringing it all together." That is not a man who thinks he lacks the weapons. That is a man who keeps starting badly against the only two opponents who never let you back in. 22 straight sets is what starting badly looks like when the other player does not miss. Nakashima, who lost the final and had no reason to be generous, put the achievement in its proper place. I think a lot of people don't realize how hard it is to go back to back, especially in different cities. It's simply incredible. So what actually changes in New York? One number gives him a genuine case. Since 1990, only 3 men have won the Canadian Open without losing a set. Patrick Rafter in 1998, Novak Djokovic in 2016, and now Ben Shelton. Rafter and Djokovic both reached the US Open final that same year. A sample of 2 is not a law of physics, but the shape of it is real. Holding a level across 6 matches is exactly what a major asks. Here is my position, and it is not the comfortable one. The US Open starts on the 30th of August. Both men are on the entry list. If either is anywhere near fit, Shelton does not beat them over 5 sets this year. Best of 5 punishes exactly his flaw. A bad start against Sinner over 3 sets cost you a match. A bad start over 5 costs you a match and about 2 hours of daylight. But the 1 in 12 does not have to become a winning record to stop being the story. It only has to stop being one-sided. Take a set off Sinner, win the first one, make him play a fourth. Do that in New York and the conversation changes completely because the 12 was never about talent. It was about the first 40 minutes. Ben Shelton has proved he is the best player in any room those two are not in. That was worth a trophy. It was never worth the argument. The gap is not measured in titles, it is measured in 22 sets.